Okay, these are the solutions to the June 2013 Remove Form End of Year exam. This is a non-calculator paper. You get some formulae at the front. You should understand what they are. And now, here we go. So work out 7 squared. Well, that's clearly 49. And now we've got 2 to the 4, which is 16, plus the square root of 100, which is 10. So give me 26. No, 5.5 minus 2.22, so 5.50 minus 2.20 can't, so we get, sorry, it's 2.22, beg your pardon. So with 0 subtract 2, can't do that, so we need to borrow 1 here, take the 1 over. So we've got 10 take away 2 is 8, 4 take away 2 is 2, and 5 take away 2 is 3. 3.28. 5/6 of 78. Well, 5/6 of 78 is 5/6 times 78. And now we can see that 6 goes into 78. So 6 into 78. 6 into 7 goes 1. 1 remaining. 6 into 18 goes 3. So that's 13. So we're left with 13 times 5. And 13 times 5. 5 3s are 15, 5 carry 1, 5 is a 5, plus the 1 is 6, is 65. Cube root of 64 is 4, because 4 times 4 times 4 is 64. The reciprocal of 0.1, well actually 0.1 is a tenth, and the reciprocal means a fraction turned upside down. So 1 over 10 turned upside down is 10 over 1, so the answer is 10 over 1, or 10. And we seem to have OneNote stopped working, which is typical. Hopefully it will come back in a second. Yes, thank you. Okay, question 3. So find the sizes of the angles A and B. Write down a reason for each answer. So here's A. Well, A, this is a vertically opposite angle. So A is 142, and the reason is vertically opposite angles are equal. You get away with not putting are equal, I think. The next one is this angle B. Well, these are parallel lines given by the arrows. This is a transverse line. We sort of get this idea of a Z coming in. You're not allowed to say that they're Z angles. Instead, you need to say that B is 67 degrees, because this angle and this angle are alternate angles. Not equal. Okay, the sum of the interior angles of a regular polygon is 540. Without measuring any angles, explain why this is true. Well, there's two things that you can do here. You could split this into 3 triangles. So we've got 3 triangles here. So we could say split into 3 triangles, and then interior angles of triangles add to 180, and 3 times 180 degrees is 540 degrees. That's one way of explaining it. The other way is not to do that, but the other way is to realize that these are the external angles, and all of the external angles add up to 360. So one external angle is 360 divided by how many sides we've got. That's 72 degrees. So that's this, all these external angles are 72 degrees. So that makes the interior angle, which is this one, is 180 minus 72, because angles on a straight line. So that's 108. And there are 5 108 degree interior angles. So 5 times 108 interior angle is 540 degrees. So either of those explanations is correct. You should remember these formulae. In fact, what I'll do is I'll write down, perhaps as we go through, any important formula you will need to remember. So the external angles of a regular polygon is 360 divided by n, where n is the number of sides, and the interior angles is 180 minus the exterior angles. So you need to remember that. Okay, this is an irregular pentagon. So it's still got 5 sides, and we know that a 5-sided shape will have 540 degrees as its total interior angles. So we can therefore say that C is 540, and we're going to subtract 138 plus the 40 plus the 115 plus this 90 degree angle here. This is 90 degrees, that one. And if we work this out, 140 take away. So let's have a look at what 138 plus 40 plus 115 plus 90 is. 8 and 5 is 13, 3 carry 1, 9, 10, 11, 15, 18, 8 carry 1, 1, 2, 3, 383. And if we get 157 if we do that. Just to double check that. 383. Borrowing from here, 10 minus 3 is 7. Borrowing from here, 13 minus 8 is 5. And then we're left with 4 minus 3, which is 157. The area of another pentagon is 45 centimeters squared. 4.5 centimeters squared. Change that into millimeters squared. So 4.5 centimeters squared. So remember what we did in class. We changed this centimeters into millimeters. So we've still got the 4.5 there, here. And now we're going to change a centimeter. So this box, if you like, where it said centimeters, into millimeters. Well, a centimeter is 10 millimeters. So that box needs to be squared. In other words, we need brackets here. So this is 4.5 times, and then we do the 10 squared, which is 100, and then the millimeters squared. So we get 450 millimeters squared. Okay, find the nth term of a sequence. Right, so this is a linear sequence, and we know that because there is a common difference. As soon as you know there's a common difference, linear sequence. So common first difference implies linear sequence. And the nth term of a linear sequence is an plus b. Now this a here is the first difference. Now this b is the 0th term, which is the term before the first term, which is there. And these are coming down in 5, so 22, 17, 12, 7. So this is going to be 2. So our nth term is going to be a, which is the 5, n, plus the 0th term, 2. So 5n plus 2. Okay, nth term of another sequence is given by this. So this is a quadratic sequence. Work out the first 2 terms. So basically what we want is an n and the term. That says term. Let's just write that in properly. Term. So if n is 1 or n is 2. If n is 1, we get 1 squared, plus, which is 1, plus 3 plus 2, which is 6. And if n is 2, we get 4 plus 6 plus 2, which is 12.